All right, you guys, welcome back to part 2 of our sunset. Today we are going to be adding our palm trees. Okay, we'll add 2 palm trees down at the bottom here. We're going to anchor them coming up around our sunset, and maybe we'll add some little sparkles to our sky as well. So for this painting, we mainly will just be using some black. I still have my paint palette here, but I see this little corner here. So grab the smallest brush you have, the thinnest brush, and this is just gonna be for placement, okay? So I'm gonna grab some of that black. We're just gonna decide where your palm tree is going to be, okay? So I'm going to say we're gonna probably go about here is where, I'm just gonna draw a little circle here is where I want my palm, the top of my palm tree to be. And for this one here, we're gonna go over here. All right, so those are the 2 placements. And then for our bottom here, I mentioned we're gonna cover a lot of this up, right? So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna just make kind of like a little mountain shape. We're gonna go up and we're gonna dip down, grab some more paint. I'm gonna dip down and then come up again. Okay, let's fill this in. Perfect. So now with our big brush, we can go ahead and quickly cover up this bottom portion. This is going to be our land, right? So all of this will get covered in black. Easy peasy. That is going to be our land. We're going to add some texture to that in a minute, but that's just a good start. Let's go back to our small brush here. We're going to dip into our black. I'm going to start our first curve of our palm tree, okay? So I'm going to freehand this. I will put a tracer. I will link a tracer in the description notes. And so that might help you a lot for some of our beginners who are like, oh no, I'm going to mess it up. Okay, so here we go. We're going to just start from our left side, and we're just going to make a line that goes straight up to our circle in our sky. And it's okay if it's not dark enough, okay? This is just our first line. I'm gonna make another one right behind it. I want to curve it a little bit more and let them meet together. Okay, and I'm filling that in. I like for it to have more of a curve, so I'm coming behind it a little thicker. Okay. And like I said, I'm freehanding this, but I will provide a tracer for you in our description notes. And so we're gonna do the same thing on this side. We're gonna come out here and make our curve palm to start down here. And come back to the top and have it meet up. There we go. Now we're gonna fill this in. Okay, I'm gonna switch over to my big brush. You know, a lot of beginners are very hesitant to use the big brush, but for me, I get a lot more control. So I'll show you how I do this. I go ahead and I load her up, and I'm able to come from the top and go all the way down and fill that in. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're taking these lines here, and I'm going to add some more black paint onto my palette here. And the way I like to describe this next piece to my painters is like we're going to make some spiders in the sky. Okay, so I'm taking my flat brush, dipping it into my black, loading, unloading, and having my bristles all together very nice and flat. I'm going in, touching the center of my circle, making a line that comes out and just curving it outwards. Okay, so kind of like we're making our spider legs. All right. All right, doing the same thing, unloading some of that paint, loading, unloading, and I'm gonna come right back to the center of those and flick my wrist down to create some of those palm fronds on our palms. Okay. Let's go ahead on the other side, start with our spider legs. We're just coming into the center and coming down. Make this one a little longer. There we go. And doing the same thing, bringing down some of those palms. There you go. So now what we're going to do, I'm just going over again with some more black in the center on each of these. If I extended them, just adding some more palm fronds. Okay. Now, I'm going to let this dry just a moment. Okay. And also, I'm going to go ahead, while that's drying, I'm going to grab some more of my yellow. Now, this yellow I used when we made our sunset, when we started, it's just primary yellow from DecoArt. What we're going to do is take our tiniest brush and we're going to use the back of the brush. Okay, so what we'll do here is we will dip our brush and we're just going to make some little twinkles in our sky. I hope you like this painting. Something very super simple, easy for beginners, kids, adults. I can get carried away with these little stars. They're just so fun. Little textured extra piece. Okay, you guys, that's it. That's all done. I hope you enjoyed your sunset palms. This is a beginner version, super simple. Like I said, I will have a tracer for you linked in the description. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Bye, guys. Okay, hold on. I stopped too early, you guys. Forgot to add some of our grass on the bottom. Okay, so with your middle brush here, any kind of medium brush would work. I'm just gonna add some black grass down here, right? And just adding some texture down here really does help with this painting. So just some black highlights on the bottom. You want the water to still shine through on lots of, okay, so just streaking it up. Okay, now I think we're done. And I just add a little bit more, feathering it out on the bottom here where the land and water kind of meet. So you won't have such harsh lines, nothing too much, just little bits of, okay. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. Again, tag me in your creations. I'd love to see it. Have a good day, guys. Take care. Bye.